How many have I got to do? 168. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Sewing Machine Adventures. Yeah! And I thought for this episode, it would be quite good to use some scrap bits of fabric, or bits of fabric I already own, and make something out of that. I think owning like a sewing machine and stuff, it opens up a lot of possibilities of like repurposing things and obviously re-editing things and making things into something that is completely different and more practical. And anyway, I have this box and it's absolutely filled to the brim of just random bits of fabric that I have no idea what I want to do with. And I got all this from a colleague from work. And I just thought, you know what I fancy making? A puffy blanket.
Homophobe.
Kind of like a quilted thing in little sections, like squares, and then it to be padded. So it's like, just like, oh, so cozy and comfy. That's kind of what I want. Similar to a patchwork quilt, but this one's going to be like all squidgy and cute. But because I'm going to be making lots of different parts for this, I have a feeling it's going to take me a very, very long time to do.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
So let's not waste any time talking. And let's get into it. Okay, so I am a little bit prepared for this and I've already cut out a pattern. So I'm just going to be using this simple square. I was going to do it smaller than this, but I always find with sewing, it's best to lean on the larger side. I would much prefer it to be too big than too small.
I bet you do.
If it's too small, it ruins everything. You can get away with it a lot more when it's a bit too big. So I've made this large 35 by 35 centimeter square pattern. And then we also have our box of fabrics here. I do have to admit, mind, and I wasn't going to because it happened off camera. But when I got this box down from my studio, there was a dead fly on top of it. Not sure what that says about me, but I don't think I want to know what it says about me, but there's a dead fly.
Yum.
Right, let's see what fabrics we've got. Look at this, we've got some proper cute ones. Like little Westie dogs. Cute. If you're watching this, Sue, thank you very much for all this fabric. We've got some Christmas stuff. Christmas stuff's fine. I think some of this might be a bit too small. What's this? Oh, like Christmas thingies. I've got one of them. Because I was thinking, oh, I would need one of exactly the same to go on the other side. That's exactly the same. You don't need to. You could have like one Christmas and you could have one, whatever this is, yellow. And then you could do like one side like that and then one side like that. And each side would be different. So it doesn't really have to match. More Christmas stuff. I feel like it's going to be very Christmas orientated and dog orientated. But I don't mind. That's fine. Right, there's like so much fabric in here. It's unreal. Some florals. Great. Florals for spring.
Groundbreaking.
Okay, I need to stop. I'll get all my fabrics together and then we'll get to cutting because otherwise this video is just going to be me showing lots of fabrics off, isn't it? Okay, so I feel like I've got all my fabrics that are going to work for this, that are going to be the right size. And I'm just wondering how many I'm going to need. How many squares am I going to need? What do we think? One. I'm like looking in the air as if I can see this blanket. We'll do maybe, do you think 10? Can't make my mind up. Oh my god, I'm so indecisive. Right, we'll do 10 by 14. Don't know why. 14 just came to us. I'm just going to write it on here. So I'm going to need... So how many squares I'm going to need? 10, 20. No. 10 by 14. Oh my god, maths. So complicated. 10 by 14. Honestly can't even envision it in my head. It's just, you know, when everything's gone blank. I'm going to have to draw it out. So you're going to do 10 times 14. It can't be 140. There's absolutely no way that's 140. That doesn't make sense at all. Do you not think that feels like a lot? It doesn't feel like it should be 140. It can't be 140 because then I'm going to have to double it and that's 280 because I'm going to have to do the other side. That can't be right. Well, it will be. It 100% will be. So I'm going to have to cut 280 panels out. That's ridiculous. That's so many. I'm going to be here I'm going to be here for weeks if that's the case. I think we'll keep it 14, but we'll do it by 6. 14 by 6. What's that? 84. That's still going to be loads. Times 2. So I'm going to need 168 individual squares. That's a lot. I feel like I've done the maths wrong. We'll soon see. I'm going to start cutting these out and then if I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake. The thing is, I'm thinking if I double all the fabric over, I'm just wondering, will this cut through loads of layers of fabric? I don't think it will. But I did buy, hang on, I'll show you what I bought recently. I bought some pinking shears. People have been going on about it. And basically it cuts fabric on like a zigzag so they don't fray. Maybe I need to use use this and not my little wheelie cutter. I don't know, we've got 2 options, so we'll see how we get on. Also, another thing people said to us is see, I am listening.
Shocking.
If you double it over like this, you don't cut along here, then you don't actually need to sew this side. But if I'm doing them all different on different sides, I'll probably just want them cutting, won't I? I don't know what I'm doing.
We're losing him.
I'm having one of them days, everyone.
Snap out of it!
I did buy some little weights as well. I'm not going to cut yet though because I want more layers and more layers. Oh my god, this was £4. Sue, you spoiled us with all these bits of fabric, mind, and I'm just going to literally ruin them and make an absolute pig's ear of it all. I can't believe I'm going to need 168. I'm still shocked at that. I feel like my maths isn't right. It doesn't feel like it would need that many. But I've used a calculator and everything, so it has to be right. I can't argue with a calculator. I'll try my hardest to argue with a calculator, but I don't think I'll end up winning. The thing is, making this blanket, it's going to give us a lot of experience and just practice, just cutting and sewing, isn't it? Because I'm going to be here all day just cutting and sewing. It's going to be like I'm working in a factory. Okay, I think I'll stick with that and see if my scissors will actually go through all of this. Just in case they don't and I'm wasting my time. Oh, this might be a bit too thick. I don't think I can cut it through that. See if my pizza cutter will go through it. No. Right, so I can't cut it in that many layers, which is disappointing. We'll take half off. Hopefully it'll cut through this. I'm not cutting each individual sheet out. It'll take us far too long. Oh, they're still really struggling to get through them all. I feel like I'm trying to make things quicker and I don't think it's going to end up being quicker for us, and I think I'm going to end up making a mistake. I tell you what, I'm going to have to make it even thinner. My scissors are really struggling to get through it all. There we go, that's a little bit better. Oh, I don't understand what is going on today. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job of this. I feel like if I actually get a blanket out of this video, it's going to be a miracle. I don't know why, maybe I'm just having an off day. Did my last sewing project go very well? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like, I did one really good one and one really shit one. I don't know whether I'm in love with these scissors either. I like the idea of them, but I find them a little bit difficult to use. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's taken me half an hour to cut 6 squares. How many have I got to do? 168. Oh, this is impossible. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to do this all off camera because I feel like I'm going to be here literally all day. And then we'll come back in, what time is it? We'll come back in about an hour or so and see where I'm at. So that's 6, is it? Maybe I need to make a tally. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I started this video in the morning. It is now well into the afternoon, but I finally got my pieces of fabric all cut out. And I say all cut out, I've had to do some tweaking, I suppose you could say.
Here we go.
So my original idea, I was going to do a 14 by 6 square blanket. I am now doing a 9 by 5 square blanket. The reason for that is because I ran out of fabric, believe it or not, in this specific size, in the 35 by 35 centimeter that I could actually cut out. Some of the fabric was a bit too small. I should have really made these squares smaller. With sewing, it's best to lean on the larger side. I would much prefer it to be too big than too small. And also, you'll notice that some of these have like a nice ruffled edge and others are just very straight. Then pinking shears, I kind of like the idea of them and I think they're a clever idea. They were not good for cutting multiple layers of fabric. I don't know whether it's just these ones, but these were like £20. I bought a £20 pair of scissors. Very expensive. The by Singer, so I know they're going to be good. However, my little pizza roller, came in well handy. Just slicing through them, no bother. My idea now for the sewing part is something I've basically done plenty of times before. And I'm just going to take one piece and another side, and I'm going to sew them inside out. Again, there's just always a lot of thinking when it comes to sewing. It stresses us. I also want my little clippy clips and just clip 3 sides closed because we want to leave one open because that's where we're going to stuff it. And the thing is as well, like I've been watching a lot of content creators who make like sewing videos and everything. I feel like, not that they do a disservice to sewing, but they don't show the reality of sewing. They make it look as if they literally just pull a piece of fabric off the wall and then just sew it and magically they've got an outfit. They make it look effortless. And sewing, no matter who it is by the way, it is not an effortless activity. It's a very time consuming, lots of steps activity. I spend more time doing patterns and cutting and all the kind of preparation work than I actually use my sewing machine. When I first bought my sewing machine, I thought it was just going to be like shits and giggles. It was just going to be grabbing fabric and woo, sew away. It's not at all. It's a lot of maths and shapes and measuring. Don't Don't you swear at me, you little shit! It's very stressful for someone like me. Also, I've just realised too, on my sewing machine, it's got like little measuring bits for like seams and stuff, and I've never really paid attention to it, but it's actually kind of handy. I think you need to pay attention to things.
You think?
I'll keep it on 3, just a little running stitch. I don't think I want it on anything else. Ooh, there's some proper fancy stitches. I'll have to try some of these stitches out another time. I've seen some sewing machines which have like LED panels on them and everything, and you can sew like smiley faces and all sorts. But I also looked at them machines and they're very expensive. This was very expensive, and I think this is like a bog standard one. Right, let's get these clip parts sewn together. I just want to check my sewing on that, because I feel like it was...
Shit.
No, it was actually quite straight. I'm surprised. It didn't feel straight as I was doing it. Right, so we've got essentially a pillowcase, and I'm just gonna turn it inside out, and then I just want to stuff it. And I don't want to get carried away and add too much stuffing, like I did the last time when I tried to make them Christmas pillows, that they were just... it was a disaster. So I suppose we have expectation and reality. So I just want a nice amount in, nothing too crazy. And then I just need to sew this. And then what I'll do when I've got all of these, I'll sew them all together. I'm just wondering, is there a way to sew it so that I can hide the seam? I don't know whether there is. And if there is, I don't know how to do it. Oh, I see what they're doing. That's clever. I'm not doing that. It's a very clever way to do it. And I know how to do it and what they're doing, but they have like a curvy needle and I don't have one of them. And also it's hand sewn and I can't be asked to hand sew every single thing. I think I'll just have to have my seam shown. It would be nice if they had like an invisible stitch button. Wouldn't that be nice if sewing machines did that? I don't think they do, but it would be lovely if it did. I bet you there is a way of doing it. If someone knows on a sewing machine how to make an invisible seam without turning the fabric inside out, please let me know, because I have literally no idea. And I was also thinking that I could do this at the end and attach them all together, but I think I would rather have all of them individually attached first and then just sew them together. Otherwise I feel like I'm going to get lost off, and when I am sewing it doesn't take a lot to get me lost off. The thing is, I've just realised I've got how many more to do? 44 after this one. I don't think I'm gonna get done today. 44. I'll be shocked. I'll literally be absolutely shocked if I manage to complete this today, because I have a very strong feeling I'm not going to be able to. I think we're going to see me tomorrow. Anyway, I just want to get this sewn closed, and then we've got 1 out of 45 done. You know what? That actually doesn't look awful. I feel like I didn't sew it all the way closed, but I have done. I'm surprised. That doesn't look bad at all, does it? Like, I know you can see... oh, it's a bit puckered. Shut up. And we're going to have loads of these just like wrapped around us. I'm going to make the best pillow blanket ever. It's going to be a proper pillow blanket. Oh my god, I'm going to be so comfortable. It's a shame we're going to be getting into spring and summer and stuff, because this will have been perfect for winter. It still is winter at the time of recording, and it's still very cold, so I'm going to thoroughly enjoy wrapping myself in a shitload of pillows. And I like the double-sidedness of it. Oh, cute. Okay, I feel a bit more confident now that I've done 1. You know what, I'll make these cushions. I'll make as many as I can, and we'll see what time I get up to. It is currently 1:45 in the afternoon. Place your bets if I get this done today, because I don't think I'm going to. In fact, I know I'm not going to. I know it's going to be tomorrow. But feel free to put your bets and we'll see if you're a winner or not. Okay, it is obviously the same day. I've made 21 cushions, so I'm what, like halfway done? I don't understand though. Apparently, like, I've done 21 and I'm like halfway done. I feel like I've got loads of fabric left to sew, so I don't know whether I've done my maths right. I feel like, I don't know, something's not right. Something's not adding up at all. Also, if I look teary-eyed, it's not because of this project, and it's not because it's getting late. It's because I've just finished the ending to Schitt's Creek for like the millionth time, and yes, of course, it makes us cry. But anyway, it is 8:15 at night, and I do not record in the evening. It's a rule I have because I get too tired.
I'm old!
But look at all these cushions. I've got so many little cushions. But I have a busy day tomorrow because I'm at work the next day, so I've got stuff to sort out. I've got to iron. Well, if I don't see you tomorrow, I might see you next week. And then hopefully, when I do see you next time, I'll have all the little cushions finished, and it's just about sewing them together and making a blanket. Oh, also, I think I've had to make another revision because I don't think I'm doing the 9x5. I think I'm going to end up doing like a 7x... I don't know, another number. I tried it out at one point, but I can't remember what it was. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because I'm not there yet. Alright, well, I'm going to bed because I am shattered. Good night. See where to see ya. So it's a brand new day in the studio, and if we look to this side, you'll be able to see all the cushions I've managed to make. And in total, I've sewed 48 individual cushions, the most sewing I've ever done in my entire life. And I was a little bit confused as to how big or what size this blanket was going to be. I finally figured it out. So after a lot of additional maths, I'm doing an 8x6 cushion blanket, and I've laid it out on the floor and everything, and I think it looks alright. But now I need to still sew all the cushions together, so them two are clipped together. I'm wondering whether to do a zigzag stitch on this bit because it'll keep them more secure. Do I need a zigzag stitch though? I don't think I do. No, I think I'm just going to do a normal stitch. And the thing is as well with the zigzag, it takes longer and it uses more thread. I've already rethreaded this sewing machine thrice, and I know I'm going to have to do it a fourth, possibly even a fifth time actually. Not that it matters because I'm a professional. I can thread my sewing machine no problem now, and I do it the right way this time. Right, that was surprisingly easy. I'm always worried that my needle won't actually go through all the fabric because I'm sewing like a lot of fabric together. But this sewing machine and the needle and stuff, pretty good actually. So there we have two cushions together. Oh my god. Oh look, it's kind of hid the seam a little bit. In fact, it's hid the seam completely. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Like look at that, that's a hidden seam, and I didn't even mean to do that. That was by accident. That looks proper profesh. Oh. Okay, great. Oh, who is this person sat here? I don't know, but like he's amazing. So this is working out fantastic. All right, and what I'm doing is I'm sewing against the sewing I've already done to keep kind of these bits as neat as possible, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna stick on my programs. I'm gonna get all this blanket sewn together, and then hopefully today will be the day I reveal my puffy cushion blanket. It wants to be. I can't have another day where this isn't done because I've got so much to do. Okay, so I finally finished sewing this blanket together, and this was the hardest part. I didn't think it was going to be, but it was really, really challenging. When I said this sewing machine has been like a dream and it's been working wonders, it really, really struggled with this part. So much so that I snapped a needle. Fortunately, I thought ahead because I knew one day I would snap a needle, and I bought an extra pack, and I'm just literally shattered. I started this in the morning. It is now 7 o'clock at night. This blanket, I thought was going to take us no time at all. It has literally consumed my life. Oh, I think we need to do a grand reveal, don't we? Ta-da! How cool is this? Oh my god, look at that. This has turned out way better than I thought it was going to. It's so big you won't even be able to see it. It weighs a ton, by the way. I made this from scratch. I made this from little scraps of fabric that I had in the studio. This cost me nothing to make. And then I can just wrap myself up in it and just be cocooned and super warm. It's made surprisingly well. And when I thought about doing this, I had a picture in my head of what it was going to look like. And honestly, this looks better than what I had in my head, which doesn't happen often. In fact, it never happens. It usually looks worse. But I just think that's super fun. To think I was going to make this bigger, I'm glad I kept it smaller because I don't know what I would do with it. In fact, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Where's it going to go? But anyway, I think that just about does it for today's episode of Sewing Machine Adventures. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, let me know what you think of my blanket. I hope everyone's really proud of us because it actually looks really good and it's sewn very well. If you look at actually the sewn part, it doesn't look too bad. It's not perfect, but it's definitely... It's not bad at all, you know, considering I sewed it. But I'm gonna go away because this video has taken me far too long to make. So I'll see you next week for a brand new video. I honestly can't believe how much sewing I've done. My fingers hurt. That's how much sewing I've done. Literally, my fingers are hurting. Alright, I'm gonna go away and shut up. Bye. Can you remember when I used to wave at everyone? In my old videos, I'd be like, bye. It was cheesy, wasn't it? It was terrible. And to be fair, I did that for a very long time. Way longer than I should have.